since I've posted anything in my artsy video playlist on staying on the ancient path. I'm still on the path. I just wanted to I've been wanting to come back to talk to you a little bit about what happened, but what happened was that my husband passed away about 2 weeks after Christmas, and it was a very, very, very hard time. And he had been in bad health for the last couple years, and it's, you know, it's a thing you don't really want to think about that could come, but I knew it was going to come because his health was just getting worse and worse. But and I went through a really hard time of grief, and I'm still grieving, and I'm trying to ask the Lord to help me. I've been asking him to help me, and he has, and I know that he's with me. And but I've really have never had this deep of a grief before, and it's very hard for me. And it's a hard path to go through. And the Lord never told us that our path was going to be easy. And sometimes it is nice and it's a good path, but sometimes it's a very hard path. It's just like in Psalm 23 when David is talking about going through the valley of the shadow of death. I feel like I went through that valley with my husband, and I know that the Lord was with us every step of the way. After that, we had a wonderful celebration of life for him. We had a full room of people that came to be with us during that time, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful time to see everybody and have that support. It really made a big difference, and I just want to encourage you, when you have a friend that loses someone, please make an effort to be there at their, you know, if they have a celebration or if they have a funeral or whatever, please make that effort, because it really does make a big difference. And it gives support to those who are left behind. I never really, I mean, I've lost other family members who are believers, and I know that they're in heaven. But just having that support of people around you really, really does help. I received many, many cards, and I put them all on my little, as you saw in the beginning of the video, I put them all in my entrance. I have 2 doors there. I usually put Christmas cards there, but this is the first time I put sympathy cards on those doors. And I had them there for probably about 2 months. And it just really helped to see them, you know, and remember that people are thinking of us and thinking of me and praying for me, and that really helps too. So I try to do that also to send a card. It's something that lingers there in their home and helps to comfort them when they see it. And there was a lot of scripture that was given to me through those cards, and also through phone calls and things like that, that really helped to comfort me. And I think that's what I'm going to do in my video today. It's just kind of walk through some of those cards, not the cards, but the scriptures. And if you're in need of comfort, I hope some of these scriptures will help to comfort you as well. And I'm just gonna start reading some of them. They're kind of like at random. I didn't put them in any specific order. The first one is Isaiah 43:2. It says, "When you go through deep waters, I will be with you." And you know how it's a very scary thing to be out in the ocean in the deep waters. I remember going on a sailing trip with a family, with my brother. He used to like to take us out. And it's a scary thing, you know, when you look out there and you don't see any land. You just feel so vulnerable, you know, and when the boat that you're in is not all that big. I mean, it's big enough to carry us, but that was it, you know. It's not all that big, and you look out and there's no land around, and it's just you're in deep waters, and it's very scary. So it's wonderful to know that God is with you. John 14:2 and 3. "In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. This is Jesus speaking to his disciples. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also." And that is such a great comfort, knowing that he hasn't forgotten us. He's gone to prepare a place for us. There's a place waiting for us in heaven. If you have trusted the Lord as your personal Savior and you belong to him now, he's watching over you and he has not forgotten you. He loves you and is preparing a place specially for you. I mean, it's just, I can't imagine. It is such a comforting verse. And in fact, I painted I have a painting that sort of depicts that. It's a painting of Miami, because my brother took us on a little trip out in Biscayne Bay, and we were coming around the corner of coming out this place, and you can see the Miami out in the distance there, in the harbor and all the boats, and it was just a beautiful picture. But as we came around, there was a flock of pelicans. I love pelicans. There was a flock of pelicans flying towards the harbor there in Miami, in Biscayne Bay, and it was just such a beautiful picture. And I had my camera in my hand, and I was able to get a picture of that. And I painted it later after my mother passed away, because I was thinking about that and thinking about this verse, that we are sort of like those pelicans, you know, when we die, we're just flying like in our flock of other believers that have gone towards our new heavenly home. And it was such a comfort. And I painted that after my mom went on to glory, and just thinking about her being in that beautiful place. And now I'm thinking about my husband there and seeing everyone, and just just going crazy, finding, going into everything, I'm sure, because he was very curious about what all the secrets that the Lord has. But anyway, here's another one. Psalm 18:28. For thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. He will keep that candle going for you and keep you, as long as you keep your eyes on him. He's the light. He is the light that we should be following and keeping our eyes on him. And we will never be in the darkness because the Lord is with us. Isaiah 46:4. Even to you, even to your old age, I am he, and even to gray hairs I will carry you. I have gray hairs. I'm sorry to say. But I do, I go to the hairdresser and I have her color it for me because I don't like them. But the Lord loves the gray hairs that I have, I'm sure. I will carry you, he says. I will carry you, even though you don't have the strength. He says, I will carry you. Even I will carry you and will deliver you. John 14:27. Peace I leave with you. My peace I will give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. This just a wonderful verse. And I do have that peace. I do feel that peace that the Lord has given me. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing to have. 1 Thessalonians 4:13-14. But I do not want you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning those who have fallen asleep, lest you sorrow, as others who have no hope. That's the one thing we do have, is hope in the Lord. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, and I do, and I hope you do too, even so God will bring with him those who sleep in Jesus. So it's, when Jesus comes for us, he's going to come with all those loved ones that have gone before. They're going to be with him when he comes for us. And that's just a wonderful thought. It's just a wonderful thought that they're there. They're with him. They're basking in the Lord's light and love. And they're going to be so happy when they come for us and to be with them. Psalm 18:6. In my distress I called upon the Lord, and I cried unto my God. That's one thing I learned during this grieving process, is to tell God how you feel. Tell God if you are in distress. Tell him if you're missing your loved one. Tell him how you're feeling. And I learned to do that, and that helps so much. Before, I never really told him how I felt. I would just be praying for others and praying, for things and other people. but never really crying out for, telling him my feelings and telling him that I really miss my husband. I miss him so much. And crying to the Lord. That has helped me so much in this grieving process. So I urge you to do that. Here in Psalms, David did that all the time when you read through Psalms. He's crying out to the Lord all the time. And that's something that we need to learn to do. But not only did he cry out to the Lord, I continue in the verse, it says, he heard my voice. Out of his temple, he heard my voice. And my cry came before him, even into his ears. It's just mind-boggling to think, that the God of the universe, the Almighty God, loves me so much that he hears me when I cry out to him. It's just a mind-boggling thing. Well, I'm going to end there because I don't want to make this too long, but there's so many verses. And when we hit the art table, I'll decide which one we're going to do, but we're going to do one of them, or maybe a combination of all of them. They're all so good, and I thank the Lord for putting these in the Bible so that we can read them and be comforted by them. And if you're in need of comfort, look up these verses and read them and claim these verses for yourself. Because God loves you and he's with you. He hasn't left you. And so God bless you, and I hope you continue to stay with me here as we do something in the next art page in our little path, because this is all part of the path that we're in, the time of grieving. So God bless you, and we'll see you in the art table, at the art table. Okay, here we are at the art table. I kind of thought, I'm thinking I'm doing the verse I'm thinking about in my head as I'm doing my art page here is Psalm 18:6, where it's talking about God heard my cry out of his temple, and my cry even went before him, even to his ears. He heard me. It's just an awesome thought. And so that's the one I'm thinking. I think I'm just going to write it sort of here, but I'm just going to make a nice, maybe flowers or something. I'm going to put a background. I went through my papers here. This is a gel print, and I made a copy of a gel print that my sister did, and she's with the Lord now too. I think my grief is so hard because so many of my loved ones have died and gone on to be with the Lord in the last couple years, and it's just like it's all piling up on me and my emotions. And my husband's passing just kind of broke me. I don't know, but anyway, I'm thinking of my sister as well. She's up there, my little sister. She's 3 years younger than me, and she died of cancer, and she was the sweetest person you could ever know. Anyway, so I'm going to use some of this in there. This is part of her. Part of my grief is her as well. And my brother. So I really should put something about my, something of my brother in here. I don't know, but these are different gel prints that I did. But, I'm going to put that in there because I think that's so pretty. These were her favorite colors that she picked out here to do this with. Every time she came to visit me, the two of us would be in the art room here doing some art. And I was teaching her how to do gel prints. These are all gel prints, actually. This is on tissue paper. This is ink. But it was on the gel print too, a gel plate. Anyway, somehow I'm going to put these together and do something with it. I don't know what. Let me see. I think I'll put this here, put this here. Sort of like the I'm just gonna wing it. Sometimes you just have to do that. This is the first time really that I come to the art table to do anything. I mean, I've done a few things. I've made a couple little cards here and there, but I haven't really come to do anything really more significant than that. It's just been hard, very hard to even come here to do this, but here goes nothing. Sometimes, you know, the Lord uses the things that you enjoy, and I enjoy art, to help you through your grieving, you know. So for you it might be something different. It might be you know, working in the garden or something like that. He uses, you know, what your creative skills are, what your skills are, and to help you through those, through grieving. You know, but for some reason, it was like I was blocked. I couldn't even bring myself to come in here for the longest time, for months. Couldn't even come in here because first of all, this room was in such shambles. It was like just disorganized, you know, and it just made things worse. So I couldn't even come in here. So finally I came in here and I did some organizing and cleaned off my table here, and once I did that, that helped a lot. So let's see here. Let me see if I can use some of this maybe to kind of maybe show. I need to lighten this area to put my verse. Just wanted to make it soft, so I'm kind of just ripping it here. This is tissue paper. Okay. Let's see. Let me just make an area here that's going to be where I can put my verse. But I'm going to put it down with matte medium so that it'll go kind of transparent. See how that just went transparent? It lightened the area a little bit, but okay. All right. Okay, let me see what else I have here. Just went looking through a bunch of my papers for any other ideas, and I decided to put a little bit of each of my family members that recently passed away. And I just realized I'm missing one, but anyway, I'll get to that one. But anyway, I found a little picture of my husband. So I kind of ripped it out. I'm gonna put a little background for it. Put it someplace there. The pelican's gonna represent my mother for that painting that I made of Miami with the pelicans. So I'm just gonna rip this out a little bit. I just want the pelican part. And the pelican's resting because he's home and she's home. So I'm gonna put her over here somewhere. My sister is this gel print out back here. My brother, he could also be the pelican because he likes the ocean. And then my father-in-law, who recently just passed away about 2 weeks ago. He's the one that I don't have anything for. So we're gonna stop right here, and I'm gonna find something that can make me think of him. I decided I'm gonna put a rainbow in here somewhere because he used to sell rainbow vacuum cleaners. He was a vacuum cleaner salesman, a very good one at it too. So that's what I'll put somewhere in the painting. Somewhere on my page. Put a little rainbow. All right, maybe I'll put it over here. I don't know. All right, so what I want to do now is I'm gonna put a little distressing on these. This is called Distressed Oxide Vintage Photo. I'll just rub the edges of it. It just gives it a finished look. Okay, I'm not sure where to put these yet, so I'm gonna just put it there for now. Because what I want to do is on this side with my oil pastels, I'm gonna do some roses, and then I'm going to put the verse around here somewhere. Okay. All right, so let me get started with that. I'm going to make kind of reddish, pinkish roses. So let me find my red. This is dark rose. I'll put that there. And pink is pink. Okay. Hopefully this is going to show up. Roses, you kind of make like a spiral. And that's pretty much how you do a rose spiral. And do a rosebud here. Okay, you can't see it too good, but that's okay. I'm going to put dark now, so that you should be able to see it better. Here because it's raining, and she knows it's gonna start thundering any minute now. Let's see. Here's a bright green. Olive green. Olive green is good. Put some highlights in there. Oil pastel is like coloring with a crayon, but you can kind of smear it together to blend the colors. Viridian. I like this because it's kind of like, sort of like a teal type of green, and I love teal. So I gotta put it in there somewhere. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of white to highlight here in some areas. Just put some yellow on the leaves. Bring it out more. Okay. You see that good? When I go over this again with my line work, it'll really make it pop more. Okay, now I'm gonna put these two pictures somewhere. So I've got this down here. And put this up here somewhere. Put this up here. Only you all are gonna know what these pictures mean, unless I tell somebody. They're not gonna know. Why is there a pelican on your picture? Okay, so now what I did is I put some gesso here. Let me close this up. You have to keep this closed, otherwise it dries up. Okay, so I'm gonna use my credit card, old credit card, to kind of lighten this area right here, because that's where I'm gonna put my verse. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there's a thunder cloud out there, which my dog does not appreciate. Okay, smooth it out a little bit. Okay. What I did is I took a little bit of water and smoothed that out. It's okay, Cookie. It's okay. I know. Whoops. Here's my doggie. Oh, she's so sweet. I know she's been my companion as well. If you have a pet, it's the greatest thing when you're going through mourning. Yeah, I know, she's been such a comfort. Yeah, I know, she's scared of that thunder. All right. Okay, the storm has pretty much passed. Although my dog's not too sure about that. But anyway, what I did is I colored in a little rainbow right here for my father-in-law, Peter's father. And now I'm gonna put my verse. This is all dry. I'm gonna put my verse in there. And when I put very light pencil lines so that I can get it straight. And I separated each line because it's a pretty long verse. Hopefully I can get it all in there, but I separated each line like about an inch plus another notch. So just I'll probably put where the verse is found down here. Okay, so let me start writing the verse. This is a good verse. Psalm 18:6. Okay, I'm gonna put this to the side like that. Oops. Take this stuff out of the way here. All right. Okay, so in my distress, in my distress, in my distress, I called upon the Lord, and cried. Hope I can get this all in there. And cried unto my God. He heard my voice. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even unto his ears. Okay. It's just barely gonna fit. All right. Unto my God, he heard my voice, or he heard my voice. Yeah, he. Put the word for voice in here. He heard my voice out of his temple. Out of his temple. And my cry came before him, even into his ears, which I think even into his ears. Wow. Awesome. Psalm 18:6. It just fits. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do some line work here to bring out my flowers a little bit. I'm going to use a thinner Sharpie. Let me see what I have here. Pritt artist pen. I don't know if that'll work or not. Let's see. Let me try a thin Sharpie, see if that'll work. Because I got two of them. One of them's going to work. The thing with these things that sometimes they don't work. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to I mean, not an oil, but a soft pastel. Let me see if this will work. Black. Shows up better. You know, you just have to do it with what you got. Sometimes these things don't work the way you want them to. But this is looking okay. What do you think? And what I'll do at the end is I'll spray it with the fixative so it doesn't smear all over the place. Pretty nice. Okay. I think that's pretty nice. And then what you can do too is to outline the outside with black. I'm just gonna smooth that out a little bit. Okay. Okay. Oh, here it is. I think it came out pretty nice. And I have a little something from my family members who have passed that I can remember with this page. I have my husband here, his father, and my mother, and my brother at the ocean, and my sister. She's in the background here, and her print makes this look so nice. I like it, and the colors all go good. So let me read the verse one more time so that you can remember it. In my distress, I called upon the Lord and cried unto my God. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears, which I think is just mind-boggling, really. Why would he want to listen to me? But you know, he loves me and he loves you. So why wouldn't he want to listen to us? Okay, well, hopefully this will get me started, and I'll be here more regularly, because we do have a bunch of pages left. We do have a lot, so I can still, you know, come back and do more. Okay, God bless you.